7, depending on how many hours you, how many days you spend on online classes. Okay, so I can see, my gosh, 15, 4, 12, 5 hours, 6 to 7 hours, 4 hours, 1 hour, 9 hours. Yeah, so I can see, I think a maximum of 20 hours is what I see on a weekly basis. The average is about 5 hours. Most of you have said 30 hours. Oh my gosh, who is this? Singing Fish Samha spends 30 hours on online platforms. Okay, so I have also gotten, yeah. So Talkative Pavi says singular language is not clear. So my team will be fixing that in a short while. So meantime, let's go to the next question. Right. What was the biggest challenge of your online learning? Okay, so you have spent more than 5 hours, 10 hours, some of you 30 hours, 20 hours on online platforms, maybe classrooms, maybe meetings. What was one of your biggest challenges? Okay, so this one I expected most of you to say, right? Network connection, internet connection, power cuts. I had that issue most of the times. I faced that myself. And what else, anything else, guys? Any other? Data bills? Okay, data bills, connection issues, weather, yes, signal issues, yes, clarity, that might also be caused because of poor network connection sometimes. What else? Because sessions are not interactive. Okay, stress, back pains, headaches, low signal strengths. Okay, so I can see so many challenges that you all have faced during online learning. So let's talk more about your issues and how we can tackle those things in the session during the day. Let's move on to the next question quickly. Okay, so what can be a solution for that challenge? So the challenge that you mentioned, refer to that challenge, and if you can quickly tell me some of the measures that you took to avoid these challenges. What did you do? If it's about back pains, and if it's about neck pains and spending too many hours, what did you do as an alternative? Or even if you had network issues, I mean, some of these issues are unavoidable, power cuts, those things, but for some of the most general issues, what did you how did you manage? So I think it would be helpful for the others also in the session, in the classroom today. Keeping a power bank, yes, one of you have said, for, I think that's for power cuts, keeping a power bank always. Train the teachers or lectures to online platform teaching. I think that was for the challenge that you said, where it was boring, it was not effective. So training the teachers to online platforms, that's something very important. As UNDP, we conduct more teacher trainings also on online classroom, just like how we do for students like you. What else? Use spectacles to avoid your eye fatigue, your eye issues. Select or switch to a speed internet connection. Yes, listen to recorded meetings. Yeah, limit the duration of the meetings to maximum of 3 hours, using of suitable data package, drinking water, keeping your positions changed. I think these are some like, it's so great to see some of these answers from you itself, like, and I know during the past Especially last year, you all had to automatically quickly adjust to a virtual classroom without no instructions, without no guidance, without no prior notice, right? So you all have faced all of these issues as well as us. So you all have found solutions for some of these challenges by yourself. So it's great to see some of these answers, and we will discuss more in the coming time. Let's move to the next slide, please. Okay, can online learning be as effective as offline learning? This is my final question to you. What do you think? Can online learning be as effective as offline learning? Okay, some of you say no, some of you say yes, some of you say sure, more effective, not much, never. Okay, so I see all of these answers, like from yes to no and in between, right? Actually, online learning can be effective as much as offline learning if we use it correctly. So for this, the teacher and the student, or the facilitator and the learner, both have to be aware of the tools and the mechanism and the techniques that would perfectly work in a virtual classroom environment, right? So today during our training, we are going to talk to you. We are going to make you aware of some of these tools and techniques that you can use to make an effective learning environment virtually. Right, so we hope that this session will be helpful for that purpose. All right, so with that activity, we saw that many of you have been engaging in online learning, and that you generally spend about 5 to 10 to 30 maximum hours on these platforms. We also saw some of the common challenges that you faced during these engagements, and you identified possible solutions or measures you have taken to minimize these challenges as well. So with that, let's talk more about some of the best tools and techniques we can adapt as students, as learners, to effectively engage in a virtual classroom. Right, so that's it from me. I am ready to pass it on to Soya.
Thanks, Pranali. So the first chapter is virtual platform. So what is virtual platform? Here we can think of virtual platform as a video conferencing software which enable all of us to meet with others in the same place without physically being present. So especially in the age of social distance, we are highly relying on virtual platform to meet, to stay connected, and also to exchange information and also work together. So there are currently 3 most popular virtual platforms being used at the right moment, which is Zoom and Google Meet and MS Teams. So here is my question. What is your main platform for distance learning? Are you using Zoom most of the time for learning? Or are you using MS Team to join your online courses? Or are you using Google Meet? Or if you're using another virtual platform, please use the chat to share your idea. So let me check the chat box. I can see some people say Zoom, some people say MS Team, and even Skype. So if you are using another virtual platform, please feel free to let us know. Okay, so some people say Zoom, but they have a limited option, and Zoom, MS Team. So I can see many people are saying Zoom or MS Team are the main platform for online learning. And some of you say Google Meet as well. And I also found some people are using Skype for learning, which is great. So there are so many virtual platforms we can use for online learning. But if you are using those platforms only to attend meeting, you're kind of missing many benefits you can get from virtual platform. So moving on to the next slide. So this time I would like to talk about how we can better use those platforms for your online learning. So as you can see, you can use Zoom, MS Team, Google Meet to meet your group members for any kinds of group activity, group project and assignment. Also, when you are doing homework and when you need assistance or help, you can just make appointment with your classmate and then work on homework in the Zoom call together. So you can work on homework with your classmates. And also, most of platform have ability to record the meeting. So you can ask host to record the meeting or presentation for playback later, or you can record your presentation. And also, actually, Zoom, MS Team, Google Meet, all the platforms are very useful when you are attending tutoring. So you can use it to attend tutoring for most subjects, or you can make appointments with your student, and then you can tutor others. So you can schedule online tutoring using those platforms. And also you can definitely host a meeting for club activity or organization, especially in the age of social distancing. We have learned many new ways to socialize with others, and definitely those virtual platforms come to the rescue. So you can use virtual platform for your club activity, which can be helpful for your learning as well. Right, so apart from this, there are still many different ways you can use virtual platform for your learning. So if you have any great idea or any great tips you have, please feel free to share on the chat box. So in the meantime, I would like to say definitely virtual platform cannot replace school classroom like completely, but still learning should never stop. And the virtual platform can be the best channel for learning. So if you have any great your own ideas, please use the chat box to share your ideas of using virtual platform for any kinds of e-learning. If you have any great idea, we want to hear from you so that we can learn from you as well. So I just found someone say I use the first options to learn in online. So which is great. So right. So I don't see any answer, any ideas on the chat box. So right. So, okay. So now I guess many people know virtual platform, at least one. And then you now kind of have an idea how to use virtual platform for your learning. But do you think, is it enough? It will be enough for your online learning? Just getting everyone in the same Zoom call, possibly not enough. Especially interaction is part of learning, and we have to find out some ways to continue interacting with others. So fortunately, there are currently hundreds of fantastic collaboration tools you can interact with others. So I guess Kitimini is going to show you some fantastic collaborations too, which can help you interact with others for your better learning. So Kitimini, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Suan. Thank you very much for taking the crowd on the virtual platforms that are available. So hope you all had a better understanding on how to use these virtual platforms to make your distance learning more effective and impactful. So next, we are going to focus on the collaborative tools. We are going to discuss what are the available collaborative collaborative tools and which are easily accessible and also for what purposes we can use them. So actually, these collaborative tools that we can use for distance learning are capable of making our lives so much easier when we're engaging digitally. So, and also it saves time a lot as well. John, can I have the next slide, please? As you can see, we will be looking at these four major collaborative tools today. Which are Google products, the MS products, or the Microsoft products, and Mural and Padlet. I'm sure most of you might have used or using these tools for your day-to-day work, but we will also have a look at the usage of these tools and how effectively we can use them when we are learning in a digital environment. All right, so before starting, Suan, can I have the next slide also? All right. Okay. So actually, before starting on these collaborative tools, let me ask a question. So you can, like you did, you can answer in the chat. I think 99% of you have a Gmail account, like a Google account, right? So tell me how many of you are actually using the Google Drive or the Google products such as Google Docs, Google Sheets. You can say yes or no in the chat. How many of you are using? Okay, I have a few. Yes, yes. Okay, nice, nice. We have actually a considerable amount of people who are using the Google Drive and the Google products. So good. As you can see in the screen, actually these Google products and the Microsoft products have very similar features. So in Google products, we have Google Drive, you have your email service, Gmail, and then you have Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, and many more, right? And similarly, in Microsoft products, we also have Microsoft Excel, Microsoft Word, the OneDrive is your cloud space, and you have Microsoft PowerPoint. So there's another like a lot of digital tools that you can use in Microsoft products as well. Both of them have very similar facilities, but it actually depends on your personal choice to use which platform to use or how you like the functions or the interface and all of those, right? So when you're selecting one of those products, you will you will go with whatever you are whatever you are used to, or whatever you like to go ahead. So however, these products help you to store your documents in the cloud space, and at the same time, most interestingly, these products allow you to work collaboratively with your other teammates. All right. So for an example, when you, let's say when you are doing a group assignment, let's say your team is supposed to submit a presentation on something. So what you can do easily is use Google Slides or MS PowerPoint to work on it simultaneously with your team, right? So what is beautiful here is actually you can divide sections between yourselves, start working on it together, and at the same time you can review it, add your comments, suggestions. So all these things will happen on on the same document. So it is really easy to handle and very quick to handle this as well. So it will be time saving and very effective as well. But imagine if you have to do it without a collaborative tool. Just imagine a situation without the collaborative tools, or just without Google Slides. So you will have to do your part separately, and then maybe email to your team members and then get feedback on that and do the changes again. So many steps, and you will have to send it again and compile it, and then so it will take ages to submit your assignment and complete it, right? And even after submitting, you will feel so many things you could have done better, right? That's the difference between when you're doing it without a collaborative tool. So these Google products, and so we are, as we mentioned in the beginning, so we are not going to kind of go like teach you one tool by one tool, but the whole objective today is to give you an idea how you can use these tools. So yes, and next I think we have Mural. So let me ask another question. So can you tell me? You can see a small part of Mural on your right hand side of your screen. So tell me in the chat. What do you think about Mural? Like what type of platform it is? If you know about Mural, you might have already seen it in your parking lot activity. So tell me like what kind of an platform it is. Can you all let me know in the chat?
Hello? Hello?
No? Okay, so no one has an idea. All right, okay. Okay, there's one person saying mind map concept. Exactly, that is one thing you can do, and it is for ideas. What else? What else we can use Mural for? Right. Okay. So it is actually a platform. It's like a digital workspace. We can work together. Yes, of course. So Mural is actually a whiteboard where it provides a lot of functions, basically to brainstorm, ideate, design, plan, and do many more things. So Mural has its own templates as well. There's like huge number of templates that you can use for different purposes. But at the same time, actually a blank mural can be your like blank canvas where you can start painting. Right. You can start building new things on Mural. Like you can, as you said, you can ideate, you can design, you can
Vanakkam.
brainstorm a lot on the Mural blank sheet. You can also use post-it notes, shapes, pictures, text, links, GIFs, and many more things on Mural sheets when you are using a Mural sheet as well. So it's an amazing tool that we can use that can be used collaboratively. I think we can have a better idea about Mural. I think we have a very short video on Mural. We can go for the video.
Mural is an online whiteboard built to help you design together and solve problems visually. More teams are co-located or distributed around the world than ever before. Mural brings teams together for more efficient and agile ways of working and enables a more diverse set of participants and perspectives. It's optimized for modern work environments, engaging team members digital no matter where they are. Collaborating in Mural allows for more transparency in the workplace and provides a safe space to be creative with confidence. A mural is like a giant canvas that can be used in your browser or on one of our touch-ready apps. You can add all kinds of content, like sticky notes, shapes, images, videos, links, and even drag and drop files directly onto the canvas. Mural also works with many integrations to create a seamless experience across platforms. Organize your content in different rooms, private rooms to departments of your team, and open rooms for the entire workspace. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, click on the question mark on the upper right-hand corner of the screen to view our help center or chat with our support.
All right. I hope the video was helpful, and you can try using Mural when you all are doing your collaborative work as well. So the next tool, the next collaborative tool we are looking at is Padlet. So Padlet is a very similar platform like Mural, but we can do the similar things on Padlet, like brainstorming, designing, and ideating or anything. But actually, there's a plus point on Padlet, since even though Mural is not mobile friendly, Padlet is a mobile friendly active platform as well. So you can use it without any restriction on the device. We are going to do actually a small activity with Padlet. We're going to put a link on the chat box. All of you can click on the link, and you will be headed to the Padlet sheet that we are providing you. So what you have to do is you have to tell us how can we use collaborative tools effectively for online learning. So you have to put your thoughts, you have to put your ideas. So how can we use collaborative tools effectively for online learning? Soyan, can we screen share the Padlet? All right. You can already see, you can see there's a comment or there's an idea already. So y'all can add as well. So just let us know how you can use collaborative tools, like for example, Google products or the Microsoft products for your, like, to effectively do online learning for you. So shall we put your ideas? We'll get in one or like maximum of 2 minutes. Okay. Yes, someone is selling as a mean of communication, of course. And see, someone has liked that idea as well. So on Padlet, you can like and kind of give your reviews to others' ideas as well. And it helps. Okay. It helps with doing various activities as well, can share with others, also ability to share inputs and edits as well. Yes, so you can see that, okay, there are more ideas. Real-time update of data and information is possible, yes. So we can keep everyone engaged. Yes, these are the ways that we can use collaborative tools effectively. So thank you very much, everyone, for that. I think we are okay to go ahead for the next section today. So again, just a reminder, like, so we didn't go through each and every tool to learn them, but we are trying to introduce the tools to you, so that you can, your digital classroom can be navigated properly. So yes, thank you for your thoughts. Then let's go for the next section. Ashan, over to you for the next section.
Thank you, Keen Kitmini. Yeah, that was a very good presentation, how we can build collaboration using online tools, which are available freely as well as paid versions. So for students, mostly, these tools will be quite useful to engage in classrooms and online learning activities. But also, I would like to introduce you some of the mobile applications which are available to us freely in order to create make our online learning, our digital learning, much more effective and interesting. So we have several tools lined up for you guys today. So, shall we go to the next slide? Right. So these are two applications that will help you to enhance your digital learning. So first we have Evernote, and secondly, we have My Study Life. So have any of you heard about these applications before? Maybe you have heard about Evernote, or maybe My Study Life, or any other applications that you have heard about or you are currently using. Can you guys let me know in the chat? Evernote, yes. Amazing. Amra is using Evernote. And Anyone else using any of these applications? Sweet Samendri is using Evernote. Interesting. Yeah, I think for most of us, it's quite new, like these applications are quite new to most of us. So let's quickly go through these applications. Again, I'm not going to show you how to use it. I mean, this is not a demonstration of how to use the applications, but I'm just going to introduce to you what you can do with these applications and how you can do these things. Right. So firstly, when it comes to Evernote, it's an easy to share, easy to sync applications, which is built to organize your notes. So it says notes in the title itself. So Evernote is an application that allows you to take notes from anywhere that you are in, and it helps all of your devices such as laptops, computers, tablets, mobile phones. So you can create one Evernote account and sync all of your notes and documents into one account, and it will be saved to your saved to a cloud drive, and you can access these things from anywhere you want. So in the next slide, I will tell you some more interesting facts about this. So Evernotes help you to organize your notes. Like imagine that you are a university student. So you have to take notes every day in your online classes. So what if you try to take notes in your notebooks or in a set of papers and try to manage them manually? It will take a lot of time and it will take a lot of effort. So using Evernote, you can easily create notebooks, digital notebooks inside the application for each and different subject that you are going to study, and organize these things according to the subject, according to the class you are taking, or to the course you are undertaking. And this can be easily done. And this management part is actually quite fun to do also. So it will make you uh, engage more in your classwork activities, and it will make you the whole experience of online learning much more interesting. And another thing about Evernote is you can, it's not like Microsoft Words or Google Docs. It's an application which allows you to take interactive notes, such as, let's imagine you create a note about lecture that you are attending. And while the lecture is going, you can easily take a audio recording. So imagine that your lecturer is teaching you something and you realize this is important. So while you are typing your note, you want to record a part of the lecture that is happening. That can be easily done. And it will be embedded to your digital note itself automatically. And you can easily capture images. You can use your phone camera within the application, Evernote applications, to capture any of the diagrams or illustrations that your lecturer is showing you. And you can link these things to different other web resources or any other notes that you have taken previously, and add reminders to these notes to remind you to open this up and study or contribute to this much more. So all of these are available, which are quite interesting, because in a traditional note taking application or in kind of a notebook, you can't do these things. And you can use this application from anywhere. You don't have to have an internet connection or anything. You can use it in your mobile phone or a tablet computer or a PC quite easily. And whenever you have the internet connection, you can again upload it to your drive. It will be synced automatically and available throughout all of your devices. And also, you can share these notes with any of your friends. So imagine that you have a bunch of friends who are studying with you together. So if you want to share a note that you created using Evernote, you can easily enter their email addresses and share it with them as a PDF or a Word document. And if they are actually using Evernote, Evernote has their own file format, which allows them to collaborate and interact with your note as they study. So this is Evernote, and I can see Basit has asked a question in the chat. Any difference between Evernote and WhatsApp? So WhatsApp is basically a communication app, right? So you use WhatsApp to communicate with your friends, with your family, or create a group and share documents or resources. But Evernote is basically a note-taking tool. It helps you to organize your resources, your notes, your lecture slides, and everything. And it is actually a very useful tool to for a student as well as a professional. So if you are interested, get used to these applications as soon as possible. It will help a lot with your study. Yes, Dhammika has mentioned the good option is Notion. You guys can check on that also. And yes, we will move to the next slide. Thank you, Dhammika, for sharing that. Right. So the next application I wanted to talk to you guys about is My Study Life application. So this is not much popular in Sri Lanka, but in European countries, this application is widely used from both students and teachers and lecturers. So this application is a cross-platform planner for students designed to make their study life easier to manage. So it allows you to schedule and schedule your classrooms and create customized timetables. But these are not just like your traditional Google Calendar timetables. These are specifically tailor-made for students and lecturers. So you can add more information, like link up with other students that you are registered with, and make reminders as you go. So, when you have so many classes lined up and so many classwork lined up, there is a slight chance that you might forget that a certain class is happening, a certain lecture is happening. You might actually miss your deadlines also. So using this application, you can easily track these things and line them up and manage your time and work accordingly. And you can create tasks in this application. So imagine that you have an assignment coming up and you can create this as a task, and you can set reminders as you engage with your studying or office work or anything. It will be a nice way to keep reminders and keep tabs on what you have to do and the deadlines that you have to meet. And of course, this can be synced with all of your other devices, not just your mobile phone. So if you are logged into created an account for My Study Life, you will be able to access their online platform also, which allows you to do many other things. So in the next slide, you can see some of the screenshots that were taken using the My Study Life mobile app. So as you can see there, you can see the timetable, the schedules that you can create using this application. It looks really nice, really user-friendly, and it gives a very nice summary of activities that you had to follow up. All of your assignments, all of your tasks due to the week, due to the month, all are lined up nicely. And it is nicely divided. The classes that you have to take within this week, the assignments that you had to complete within this week, it is very easily noticeable. And let's move to the next slide, Soren. And you can see how it looks when you create a task. You can see the completion rate of a specific task. If you have an essay submission due next Friday, and if you start working on it and plan to continue it later, you can set a reminder to it, and My Study Life application will also ask you to confirm the progress rate. So you can easily see all of your tasks and their completion rate. So even if you have multiple assignments to follow up with, you can set up progress rates and completion rates, reminders, and connect it to, assign it to a different person if it's collaboration or a project, group project. You can do all of these things using just one simple application. So My Study Life is also a good tool that any student can use in this in their digital classroom. So in the next slide, we have another application. So this is an extra tool that I wanted to explain to you guys. So since we don't have much time, I will quickly explain this to you also. So this application is called Flip. This is an application which helps you to develop your focus and manage your studying and also the all the commitments that you have to make as a student. So Flip is a study time plus focus management tool that can improve your study habits in a short period. So, like when we are actually doing this digital learning, distance learning, we have to maintain our, we have to be very disciplined about it. If you don't have such good discipline to follow up with your classes, follow up with your studying, follow up with your homework and everything, it will be really difficult to properly engage in a virtual classroom as you do in a physical classroom. So this is the most terrible issue that most of our students are facing when it comes to distance learning, including myself. So this is why I wanted to talk to you about Flip. So Flip helps you to actually develop your focus and manage your studying in a very fun and easy to use way. So in the next slide, you can see what we can do with this application. So Flip allows you to set up a study time. Like if you want to study for, let's say, 3 hours straight, you can set up a 3-hour study period, and Flip will help you to stay focused within that time. So once you set up your study timers, you can start it by flipping over your phone. And once you start studying, and let's say I'm not very focused about my studying, and so I'm trying to check out my phone again. If I have any notifications from any of the social media channels I'm subscribed to. So when I try to do that, Flip will not let me actually use any of those distractions because it will keep telling me that your study time is running, you have to keep studying. So even if I want to take a 5 minutes break, that is allowed within Flip, but none of the distractions will bother me during this time. And this is an actually really good way to stay focused because you don't get any other notification or distractions from your phone, specifically. And according to your timetable, you can manage your studying time and assignment times and class times. Everything can be managed through Flip. And the nice thing is you can study together as a group. So while you are studying, if you have a question to ask from one of your study groups, you can use Flip to send out that question. And if you are able to answer one of these questions, you will get a reward. So this whole studying thing has been gamification. It has been really nicely designed. You will get rewarded. You will get more rewards more you study. So it's actually a nice way to feed your brain, to train it to stay focused. So actually, once you are used to this kind of long-term studying periods for a couple of months, you won't even need this application to tell you to stay focused, because you will automatically able to change your behaviors using this application as a student. So next slide, please. Right, so just like that, this is some other image grabs that I have taken to explain to you how nicely it is designed. So you can check your real-time studying scores. who else is studying with you, especially if studying as a group. And you can see a daily report, how much time did you dedicate to your studying, how much times were you distracted, how many break times did you take, and what subjects did you actually study. So you can focus more into the subjects that you have not studied. And it will actually rank your focus level based on how much you study and how much you stay focused. And within your study groups, there will be a little bit of a competition to see who's the most like who studies the most. So again, this application lets you gamify the whole experience of distance learning. It allows you to engage in like classroom studying in a fun way. So this is another really nice application that I have found when it comes to online distance learning. So I hope that it will be useful for you as well. All right. So with that, we are going to talk a little bit about e-learning platforms. So earlier we talked about mobile applications, mobile tools that will help us develop our studying habits, manage our classrooms, and improve the whole experience of distance learning. And of course, if you guys have any questions regarding that, you can ask in the chat or put them into the parking lot. While you are doing that, I will continue with the e-learning platform session. So I'm pretty sure that you guys know what e-learning platforms are. So I have seen most of, even in when I'm using social media, I can see a lot of my friends posting certificates that they receive from different e-learning courses. So can you let me know, are you one of them? Do you take an online course and post your certification in the social media? Or have you at least seen someone do that? Because I have seen so many people doing that. And it actually makes me really interested because you can see that young people today are actually using these platforms for their education, right? So the first, let me talk to you about some of the domestic e-learning platforms we have in Sri Lanka. So one of them is elearning.lk. So this is a relatively new e-learning platform, and it has so many courses regardless it's being a new platform. And then we have guru.lk. This is kind of an old platform. I mean, it has been there for a while now, and it has been developed into a really nice, easy to use platform during that time, and especially during the pandemic, they have improved it a lot. So the other one I'm going to talk about is eTaksalawa. So eTaksalawa is developed by the government of Sri Lanka, Ministry of Education. So this has some really interesting and very useful content for, especially for school kids. So like all of these domestic platforms, they allow you to like they offer you a lot of courses which are in both Sinhala, Tamil, and English. So if you are looking for something to do in like native language, these are quite useful websites that you can refer to, because you can learn in the most comfortable language that you can use. Okay, now let's look at some of the global platforms we have. So there are so many global platforms. I know someone has shared in the chat also some of the global platforms which are available. So Coursera, I'm pretty sure most of you know this, and Khan Academy, LinkedIn Learning, Udemy, and especially the GCD online campus, which UNDP is also collaborating with as a partner for our existing academy programs. And of course, the UNITA.org, which is part of United Nations Institute for Training and Research. So these are few of the global platforms which allow you to learn online. So you can find many free courses as well as paid courses which are offered by these websites. And some of these websites actually allow you to sign up as a teacher or an educator. And like, let's imagine that you are very good one of like in one of the subjects that you are actually learning, or you have something that you can share with a large crowd. So you can sign up as a teacher and create your own content. And this is a very good way to give back something to the community that you are learning from. So these resources are there. We just need to utilize these things. And once you actually get engaged with these things, you will see how interesting and fun online learning is. So yeah, since we are running out of time, I'm not going to do a demonstration of these websites, but of course, you can visit these websites anytime you want and check out what you can find. I mean, there are so many courses available, especially in global platforms, and these certificates that they offer are actually acceptable and recognized by all of the companies which are running right now, because these are recognized as global platforms of education. So don't think that the certificate that you get from an online course is not as important as a certificate that you are getting from a physical training or a physical learning course. They both bear the same amount of value. So don't be hesitant about taking an online class just because you don't get a physical certificate. So yeah, that's it about the e-learning platforms. If you have anything to share, please do. And we will move to the next section. And before doing that, we have a small activity once again. So I'm going to invite Rhea Ralani. It's very difficult to find a Ralani these days. So Ralani, would you like to take this over?
Thanks, Roshan. Of course, yes. So I hope you learned a lot of things about a lot of virtual tools that can be accessed from mobile phones and in many other ways that you can learn. So we will share all of these links with you right after this session via email. So if you couldn't note down any of that, don't worry, we will send all of this to you via email. Right. So we are going to do a small activity now. This is a self-reflection, just to understand, to remind and see where we are again. Let's quickly move on to the link. We will share the link on the chat right now. You can also scan the scan code that is on the screen if you are using a mobile phone. It's the same Mentimeter link that we used previously. Okay, so Keen Kitmini just shared the link on the chat. You can click on it and go to the Mentimeter platform, and the password is 9995898 that you can see on the screen right now. So I can see some of you have already joined the platform. And as you can see on the screen, the first question to you is, how would you rate the statement? Technology can enhance learning and teaching. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? If you are to rate, where would you yeah. Technology can enhance learning and teaching. Right. So most of you, I think you are more closer to strongly agree. Yes. Right. So most of you agree that technology can enhance learning and teaching. Right. Let's move on to the next question. Online learning is filling the geographical gap. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? So by geographical gap, we mean that the opportunity that we have with the virtual engagement, the opportunity we have to connect with, as you saw in the first icebreaker activity itself, there were so many of you joining from different parts of the country, right? So this is possible with very much convenience to us is due to this virtual engagement. So I can see that most of you also strongly agree that online learning is filling the geographical gap. Yes, so if by any chance you can't access the Mentimeter website, you can just drop your answers on the chat as well. Right, let's move to the next question. Right, how would you rate this statement? Online learning is not effective for younger children. What do you think? Is it effective or is it not effective for younger children? What do you think? Okay, somewhere in the middle right now. There's about 15 people joining in, and it's more towards neutral in our within our group as we can see. Yeah, so it can also be effective for younger children if we provide them the right tools and the right knowledge to use it. And also we need to use many other skills along with that and techniques along with that to effectively address this group of people, right? So as teachers, we also should be aware of those tools as much as students, right? So let's move to the next question. Okay, there is more good than bad in online learning. What do you think? How would you rate this statement? Is it more positive for you? Is it more negative for you? Online learning compared to classroom or physical environment, physical learning. Okay, so I see most of you agree that there is more good that you can take. Of course, during this time, during this pandemic, I think most of us had to, like I mentioned before, we had to shift to online platforms all of a sudden. So it's good that we also see the better side, the good side of online learning, so that we also can, without any worry, we can get the maximum out of that. So that's good to see that you all are seeing the good side of online learning, right? Let's move on to the next question. Okay, so here you have to rank from first to fifth, which skill is the most critical to succeed in online learning according to you? Which skill is the most critical to succeed in online learning according to you? So as you can see here, first is time management, second is digital literacy, third is, right, so it just got changed. If you can see the screen and see the Mentimeter activity, you can rate now. Right. Okay, let's give it a little more time. Okay, so yeah, so right now I can see independent study skills on top, and on second, active communication, and on third, self-motivation, on fourth, time management skills, and finally digital literacy. Okay, all right, so okay, it gets changed, but as I can see independent study skills on top, and also digital literacy has gone up, right? So most of these skills are actually very crucial, critical in online learning. We need to have all of these skills, but as you all has mentioned, independent study skills is more important. Yeah, okay, let's move to the next question. It's the same answers that you saw in the previous question, but the question is, which skill would you like to develop the most? If you rate from 1 to 5th, which skill would you like to develop the most? Most of these are soft skills, and there are also some hard skills, but which one would you like to improve the most or develop the most? Okay, most of you have said time management skills, independent study skills, okay, active communication. All right. Okay, so this varies from person to person depending on what qualities or what capabilities that they already possess. It's nice to see that you all are considering, I mean, I can see an equal amount of um, um, yeah, people rating that. So, okay, let's move to the next one. Yeah, I think it's an open-ended question. How has online changed you? What do you think? So through this activity, we had another intention is to get you all familiar with the Mentimeter tool, because we have used all of the options to answer most of these questions. You all used word cloud, open-ended questions, rating, so many ways. So for you all to get familiar with most of the options on Mentimeter as well, right? So I'm getting some of the answers. Yeah, this also can contribute. You can use the chat if you don't have the access. How has online learning changed you, especially during this past couple of months? It get me to a digital era, energetic and enthusiastic. It's also an easy way of learning. Be a digital communicator, working fast, improved my tech knowledge, access to various programs and events. Wow, that's fantastic. Learn anything what I want in my own free time. Not miss any lectures. Yes, of course, you can be on time, more than attending, of course, physical classroom. I started learning additional skills and material through online platforms. It has pushed my boundaries. I have been able to learn and teach from and to people across many countries. Um, Mark Zuckerberg, did you teach Mark Zuckerberg or to promote along with electronic devices and lots of discussion with friends? Is it okay? It makes work easier and laziness. What do you mean laziness? Is it more lazy or less lazy? Okay, now I'm fed up with learning now due to online education. All right, okay. But now I'm studying a lot of courses, but still I love on-site learning methods. That's fantastic to hear. I think most of you all are sharing similar thoughts that this experience that you all were pushed into, that you all were put into, has given you so much opportunities and shown you many methods and avenues to explore many sorry, I'm getting more messages on the chat, right? Okay, so that's about the self-reflection. We just wanted to have an understanding of where we are. Guys, I can't. All right, so okay, so Hackaday is UNDP's youth program. Let me quickly give you a brief about what Hackaday is. It's the UNDP's, like I mentioned, the youth program. Through Hackaday, we intend to empower young people like you to be more innovative and entrepreneurial and take leadership in solving the most pressing development challenges in the country. So why we talk about Hackaday here is because you have many opportunities to engage with us also virtually during this time. So for this, we partner with a range of organizations from public sector, private sector, youth organization, regional and global entities, and many others to support young people like you with many initiatives, right? So while Hackaday consists of three major components, let me talk to you about two components that will be more beneficial for you at this stage. The Hackadev Innovation Challenge, Soyan, if you move, yes. So Hackadev Innovation Challenge offers a complete idea to enterprise solutions. This is an annual competition where youth can engage, join with us as groups to bring your social innovation ideas to life. We will handhold you starting from an idea that you have to building your own enterprise. So under the Hackadev Challenge, we do have many challenges, like as you can see on the screen right now, the COVID challenge, the Generation Unlimited Youth Challenge, and many more. We do the challenge virtually now, adapting to the new normals. In a short while, I will tell you how you can connect with these programs. And if you move to the next slide, you can see the second component, the Hackadev Academy of Learning and Skills. It ensures young people in Sri Lanka have next generation learning and skill building opportunities. Through the Hackadev Academy, we offer a package of next generation learning and skill programs ranging from entrepreneurship, innovation, media literacy, design thinking, climate action, SDGs, and many more, right? So as you can see on the screen, Engage to Disengage and Technopreneurship for Social Change are two main programs that we do virtually right now. So Engage to Disengage is a program that aims to build your media and information literacy, supporting preventing violent extremism, peace building, preventing hate speech, and so on. While Technopreneurship for Social Change program intends to develop your entrepreneurial skills and provide necessary skills along with that, such as information and communication technology. So here's how you can connect with Hackadev Youth programs, the challenges or the academy programs. We will send you a link on the chat right now. We will also send this to you via email, and all you have to do is mention your interest to join, and we will be in touch with you, and we will tell you more about when and where these are happening, and you all can engage with us more freely now. So since we are running out of time, that's it from me. We will quickly move to the next next part of the learning. So, Soyan, over to you.
Thanks, Pranani. So this is the last part. So I'm going to share the 10 best practice which can help you succeed your online learning and keep you focused. So I divided this best practice into 3 phases: pre-learning and during learning and post-learning. And if we can go to the next slide. So as you can see, each step, one keyword is missing. And you have to fill in the blank with the correct option. And all the options are on the right left corner. As you can see, there are 5 different options. So let's try to fill in the blank. So step 1, design blank free space. What would be the correct option? We have 5 options: concentration, technology, motivation, distraction, local. So right, so as Tamika mentioned, you need to design distraction-free space. Correct. And step 2, familiarize yourself with the blank. You need to get familiarized with concentration, technology, motivation, distraction, local. Yes, you need to familiarize yourself with the technology. You have to check your computer is working with all the online tools, and once it's compatible, you have some time to navigate all the features online tools have. Right, so let's move on to the next step. Develop a sense of self blank. What would be the correct option? Develop a sense of local, develop a sense of technology. Yes, the answer is motivation. You need to develop a sense of self-motivation. Great, so let's go to the next part. During learning, there are 3 steps you can think of. So the first step 4, blank is everything. Work is everything, choose is everything, notes is everything, Manage is everything. Engagement is everything. What would be the everything for your learning? Can you have any guess? I can see many people say manage, but unfortunately, the best options for this blank is engagement. Engagement is everything. When you're doing online learning, online courses, engagement is very important to keep you motivated and help you learn more. So let's go to the step 5. So always take walk, always take choose, always take note, always take engagement, always take manage. Yes, the correct answer is always take a note. Some students say, I don't need to take a note because everything is on the screen, which is not correct. When you're taking a note, you can stay more focused and you can get a clear picture of the main point. Great, so let's go to the step 6. Blank time wisely. Work time wisely, or note time wisely, choose time wisely. Right, so the correct one is maybe either choose or manage, but manage might be better. So manage time wisely. You have to make sure you have enough time for online learning because online learning takes as much time as offline learning. Great, so let's go to the next one. Step 7. So blank with your classmate and instructor early and often. Balance, help with your classmates, calendar with your classmates, connect with your classmates, beyond with your classmates. Yes, connect with your classmates. You don't have to be lonely when you're taking online courses. You can definitely connect with your classmate and instructor. So which is very important. And now let's go to the step 8. So seek blank when needed. Seek blank when needed. Seek balance when needed. Seek help when needed. Seek calendar when needed. Seek beyond when needed. Yes, the correct answer is seek help. Whenever you have a question, never hesitate to contact to the instructor or reach out to your colleagues or friends or classmates. Now we are step 9. So have an appropriate work, life, study. What would be the best option? Work, life, study, calendar, work, life, study, beyond, work, life, study, help. Yes, the correct one is balance. You have to make sure you have a balance between work, life, study. Right, so we have only one last step, which is there's no option because we only have one step remaining. So have, what would be the best option for the blank? Have I can see Abdullah said have a faith, have a memory, have a good one. So I want to say, everybody, please have fun. Yes, online learning should be something everybody like we are looking forward to. So enjoy and have fun. Yes, so now we have a 10 marble, just like a character in the picture. So if you can pay attention, each of them, definitely you will success your online learning. So thank you very much. So now we can go back to the next slide. And now it's almost at the end of the session, but Ocean is going to ask you one simple question, which can help you remind your today learning and today discussion. So hope Ocean is ready. So Ocean.
Yes. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Sorry, I'm back. You guys were here. Yes, so we have come to the last few minutes of our training on how to navigate your digital classroom. So as you already know, this training was specifically focused towards students' perspective, like how relevant online learning can be in a student's perspective, because we know most of the educators have already gotten some kind of an understanding how to transform the physical training into an online setting. But today we were only focusing on how students can also get an understanding about how they can adjust to this online learning, digital learning, also distance learning platforms and settings. So with that, we have this exit ticket prepared for you guys. I think Kitmini has already shared the link. So all you have to do is go into that link. It's another Padlet, and you have to share what was your biggest learning from today's session. And yes, you can share in the chat also, but we would really appreciate if you can go to the Padlet and add your inputs, feedback about today's session, as well as tell us what was the biggest learning for you throughout this session. And also a quick reminder that the questions that you guys have posted in the parking lot have already been answered. We have added into all the questions using sticky notes. So you can go in there and check out all answers for your questions in your own time. And with that, we are going to do one final activity, which is taking a group photo, something that we are doing whenever we are doing a training. So we would really appreciate if all of you can turn on your cameras and join the photo with us. Yes. Sorry, maybe we can stop screen sharing so we can see everyone. Thank you. Right. I can see some of you are already turning on your cameras. So we are running out of time, guys. So really appreciate if you can quickly turn on your cameras. Okay. Right. I'll just give another 5-10 seconds. Okay. Right. I think most of you are ready to take the photograph. You can give us a small pose like thumbs up or a peace sign or a heart, whichever you prefer. And on the count of 3, I will be taking a screenshot of all of you. All right. So are you guys ready? Okay, then 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much. So with that, we are going to close today's session. So thank you very much for joining with us. And we will be sending you guys a feedback form following this training. We will be sending an email with all the resources and the feedback form link. So appreciate if you can fill those things out. And yeah, so that's it from me. Any of my colleagues would like to share anything?
All good, Ashna. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and we will see you again soon.